All right, welcome home, Bitcoin Truth Seekers. It is Wednesday, February 7th, 9 p.m. here in the Arizona desert. Bitcoin began to perk up a little bit today. Let's check out the big picture and drill down on Bitcoin. And there we go. So, BitcoinDailyView.com got more for you there. Looking at FinViz, today was an interesting day for the big indexes, pretty much sideways, a little bit of down, but Dow, Nasdaq, S&P all closed in the green just barely. Russell 2000 did not do very well at all. Probably a harbinger of what will happen tomorrow. I'm kind of predicting a bit of a down day in the market tomorrow, most likely. Looking at for the big indexes, it seems like the velocity is heading that way. Looking at Nvidia and Microsoft, Oracle, Adobe, definitely a green day in technology, green day in communication services, internet retail. Kind of a green day overall for the S&P 500. I didn't gain too much, just kind of closed right around 0.82 up, kind of a sideways day. It's interesting charts. So I'll have a little bit of a downtrend, but today was green. So anyway, let's see what happens. I'm not sure if I'm feeling a lot of velocity here in the big market, even if it did do pretty well today. All right, looking at the US dollar. Definitely recently on the daily chart, it has broken above the 200 moving average. Now it's retracing a bit. We'll see which way it's going to go. Kind of hard to tell. Oil here on the top right hand corner definitely dumped recently below the 200 moving average, but now it's moving up. I think it will probably continue with all the craziness going on in the Middle East and the world. I'm having a hard time believing that oil's price is so subdued. Anyway, when it starts moving, would not surprise me if it's $100 a barrel in a day, easily, and it'll probably keep on going. All depends on the intensity of conflict. All right, looking at gold, bottom right hand, then a nice wedge pattern. It's about the 200 moving average on the daily. Probably going to see some movement. Kind of thinking it will break to the, I don't know, but it's continued sideways. Really, really hard to tell. Has a bit of an upwards momentum going. So let's see what happens there. But overall, pretty sideways. Silver definitely hanging out at a low recently. I think we're going to see a bounce. So silver's coming in at a $22 and like $22 and a quarter. I will probably go and pick up some tomorrow as I'm out and about, get some coins, because I think we're probably hitting bottom right now for silver. At least a relative dip, and I can dig that. So my weekly buy will probably be tomorrow. Looking at Bitcoin. Trading volume last 24 hours, looking at 6.9 billion, up 32%. That does make sense because we are seeing Bitcoin making some moves. So today, oh wow, look at that! A nice $1.2 million buy just came in. Definitely seeing a lot of sell, a lot of buy. Definitely seeing some nice trading going on right now. Some good volume for Bitcoin. We do notice that when it made a move today here on the hourly chart, definitely did wreck some shorts when that big velocity hit. And shorters, that's what you get. Anyhow, so looking at longs versus shorts, 49% long, 50% short. Most likely we'll see a retrace. I think that the big money here on Binance probably knows, and they're shorting more than they are longing. All right, so looking at the top big exchanges, top 20, most are still in the red today, even with a little bit of a perk, just a little bit of a pump towards the end of the day. Not really a big deal, just that they have, I guess you'd say it's not a positive volume on spot trading. It's a bit of a negative volume on spot trading. So kind of a good day for Bitcoin. Also not doing too bad. Surprised more of these guys didn't turn green, but that's fine. They're hard to make happy. Anyway, so we're beginning to see a pump in uh, spot trading on the big exchanges, but it has not quite turned them to a green yet on the top 20. If we keep seeing good moves tomorrow towards the upside, we probably will see those turn green. But right now, definitely still a bit of a, even though we've gotten some traffic coming in, some nice spot trading, the exchanges have not. This hasn't really shown up. We're not seeing an overwhelmingly green bias there. So looking at Bitcoin coming in at 44,540. That definitely was a nice run that it had today, which you can see in the hourly chart. We'll take a closer look at that in just a sec. But one thing that I do like seeing is we're seeing some alts begin to make move. Caspa, Dimension, they kind of spelled it with a Y. It's kind of cool. Dimension, Dym, D-Y-M, up 20% today. That's really wonderful. Solana made some moves today, up 6%. So Shiba Inu up 2.5, Monero up 6.3. That's wonderful. And I tell you what, I'm kind of curious. Whenever I see Monero make a big move like that, I'm always looking for volatility in Bitcoin, just because I think that I think some of the Bitcoin money heads over to Monero, where it's harder to trace. And so let's see what happens. We'll check out Monero. Um, I forget the correlation, but when you see Monero start to make some moves, I think it oftentimes means, yeah, that we're going to see a retrace on Bitcoin. Very, very, very super high octane speculation, but I'm just throwing it out there. If the money's moving into Monero and it's making it go up a couple percent, wouldn't surprise me if we'll see a retrace tomorrow for Bitcoin. Just high octane speculation. Take that with a bale of salt. Okay, looking at the daily chart, we can see Bitcoin on the way up above the 200 moving average for a while. What I do like looking at right here, I'm going to drill in a little bit. This is the daily chart, of course. Let's look at this here, do a channel. I think it's fair enough to say on the daily chart that we're beginning to see some upwards momentum. I think personally, we're seeing a bit of an upwards channel there. We're right in the middle. Which way are we going to go? We shall see. What we're going to do now, let's break this into a 4-hour chart and get some more detail here. I like this. So 4-hour chart, nice upwards channel. We rode the 200 moving average for a while. We definitely broke above that 200 moving average. We're moving up. We're moving up the bottom of this channel. I do like that here on the 4-hour chart, let's see, we got some plateaus to get by here. Let's see, like right here is a one that we'll have to probably get over. Like here, we'll have to get over this one. So Bitcoin's looking good. I could see a challenge around 45,413, challenge around like 47,000. But overall, it's got some previous highs that it needs to probably find some resistance at before it continues moving up. But definitely, it's in its upwards channel. The thing is, I'm not going to play it right here. I think we're probably going to see something like this, and then a continuation, maybe something like this. We'll see. I think this channel is pretty nice upwards channel here on the 4-hour chart. I am just going to hold out until we see a retrace. If I was going to do any dip buying, I would wait, and I wouldn't really long it right now either. I wouldn't long it, really wouldn't short it. I would just wait till I have a more specific, precise idea of what it's going to do. Let's fire up all the crazy indicators here. Yeah, here's a 45-minute chart. A lot of volume came in. Vectional index is in the green. ADX is on the way up. Squeeze indicator is looking good. But if you do notice the one sec, if we do notice the directional index is beginning to trend down, and you're losing that fulcrum there of the ADX as well. So let's try to pull this in so we can see it. There we go. Boom. And here we go. I don't know. Sorry. It's not doing what I want it to do today. Let's just look here. This is beautiful. I mean, it's nice. Like I say, looking at the indicators, we definitely played with the 200 moving average for a while. Finally broke above it. This is looking really wonderful. Let me just nix all these indicators. Let me do a new upwards channel. And I think that, yeah, I think we can work with that. Like right now, we're in the heartbeat of this channel. So let's just give it some time, or at least that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wait till I get a better confirmation of what it's going to do. I think we're probably going to see a retrace. If I had to do something right now, if I had no choice, I must trade, I would short it. Just to the bottom of the channel here. But this is a nice upwards channel. I like what I'm seeing. I think this very well could continue. But I think Bitcoin's in a good spot. I like seeing it above the 45-minute 200 moving average, which is the white moving average right there. And the green is the 314. It bounced off both those at the bottom of this channel. It's moving up. I think we're seeing a really nice Bitcoin. I think this just could be a nice uptrend. We'll see how long it lasts. Do we want to check out any else before we go? Let's see who's doing really well. Dimension is Monero. Let's look at XMR. Let's look at XMR here. XMR USDT. I'll look at it on KuCoin. We get rid of these crazy indicators here. Let's go to a nice 45-minute chart. All right, look at that. Oi, how's it? Okay, so XMR definitely on the 45-minute chart recently. This is interesting. So it took a serious dump on the 45-minute chart. You can see it. And I'm just going to go high octane speculation. I'm just going to say some crazy stuff, so just bear with me. But as Bitcoin pumped today, I wonder if we could see a this corresponding. It's just for fun. Let me let me max this out. Let me actually go here. Let me go to this one. Okay, let me nix the 140. No, I just want to nix it. I want to see it. Nix it. There we go. No, I want to nix that one. I want to keep this one. There we go. Anyway, guys, sorry. I'm all over the place. Sorry, I should always move a little bit quicker. Okay, so this is a daily chart. Let's go to it's a little bit late in the evening for me here. So, okay. So here is, and let's get rid of the 140 close. Okay, so the XMR on a 45-minute chart was rolling along. Let's see, this is actually it's Monday. So Monday it started to dump, and now it's making a nice recovery. Now, of course, it's dumping again. You could look at that and do like a fib sequence, and you could say, okay, where is it at? Oh, is it gonna make a 382 bounce? Very well could. Let's look at some indicators here. Yeah, screw it. I'm going to fire up these. Okay, look at some indicators. Yeah, it's still rolling over, but we could be, this thing definitely go down to the .5 fib level, the 618. This guy might continue. And it's well below the 200 moving average on the 45-minute chart, so I'm not too excited by it. I'd rather have a little bit more power, but this is interesting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up like this. Let me fire up one more browser window here. And what I want down here is I want BTC, USDT. I'll look on KuCoin since it keeps on the same exchange. Interesting. These both, that's a daily. I want to use this chart. Okay. You open this up. All right. So it's kind of hard to, if I can get this right to kind of match up. About here. Wish there was like a setting or a way you could just say match the times, Interesting. Okay, so they don't correlate too tightly. This is a very tight time frame, 45-minute chart. But I'm just curious. This is just Monero on top, Bitcoin on the bottom. Do we see a correlation? Not necessarily. I mean, you can see that as Monero started to dump off quite abruptly there, you can see a slight uptick that started in Bitcoin. And it really was running pretty well, and it kind of ran with XMR with Monero. So I'm not totally seeing that correlation, but it is kind of fun sometimes to fire up like a big chart. Let's do like a daily here with XMR Monero, Monero and Bitcoin, and it's just kind of fun to look at these things and just see if they kind of match up. Sometimes I feel like I see that, money will escape, kind of go back and forth between XMR and BTC somewhere. And this is interesting. So anyway, now looking at the daily, you kind of see an uptick here, right when, so XMR dumped, Bitcoin is beginning to see a little bit of an uptick. Is that a correlation? Who knows? But anyway, sometimes if you ever feel like it, fire up like a weekly chart or a daily chart, look at some time. It's almost like I kind of sometimes see that they almost match, which makes sense. But sometimes I really feel like you can kind of see when Bitcoin gets volatile or before it gets volatile, you see people hedging in and out into XMR. Anyway, sorry, it's late. I'm kind of babbling. That's kind of very, very high octane speculation, but that's just something to look at. Other than that, let's see. Yeah, that's good enough. Good enough for the night. We'll see what Bitcoin does. I do like that it did recently here on the 45 chart. You can definitely see it. You can see that it has kind of broken over a recent nice support resistance area. It's moving. Like I say, there are more for it to get across. It got across that one. And if I kind of pull this down some, like I say, you can see it's got another one coming up about here. So just something to look at. I mean, it's got this upwards channel. I don't know. I'm going to wait for it for a little bit better of a price entry to trade Bitcoin right now. I'm also going to be looking at alts because some are definitely doing quite well. They're going to do some good setups, but this is a beautiful upwards channel. I like what I'm seeing. We're bouncing off the bottom. We're bouncing off important moving averages. Will it continue? My guess is probably, like I was saying just a moment ago, probably going to see a bit of a retrace, I would say. I'm just kind of guessing where we're just going to retrace down here and then keep on going. And I would just watch out for some of the previous areas of support and resistance that it has to get through. But feeling kind of good about it. We'll see what happens. Let's see if this beautiful volume that came into Bitcoin continues to flow into the alt market as well that we saw today. This is definitely perky. I would love to see a really nice tradable market throughout the weekend when many people have time for it. Anyway, as always, I hop on whenever I can and show you what I'm looking at. Let's see if any of this turns into some good trading weather. I mean, it already is if you're in something with Ruin. Let's look at Ruin real quick. Let's just fire up Ruin. I like Ruin. It's just a cool project. Ruin. So on Binance and KuCoin. Look on KuCoin. Ruin making powerful moves. I like that. Wow. Okay, so Ruin. It flirted with the 200 moving average and the 314, broke above both of them. It's making a move up. It's kind of right now challenging previous support and resistance, but it's looking pretty darn good. Ruin. Indicators are going pretty good. Might we, could we actually look at Ruin and see a bit of a, I'm going to do it like this, kind of an upwards channel. Boom. I'm going to ignore this mega spike here and just stay down here where the action is, right about here. And once again, it's kind of like Bitcoin. I think I want to see a little bit of a retrace first, but Ruin, nice and strong on the 45. How's that looking on the 4 hour? Yeah, on the 4 hour, you can actually see it's beginning to roll up. The indicators are just getting going on the 4 hour. And what else is happening on the 4 hour? Well, we just broke the 200 moving average. We've got purple candles by Sam. That is wonderful. This moving average right here, the one you see kind of in yellow, I can't tell you what that is. It's kind of a blockchain education proprietary little thing that we got going on there. So, but it's about to break the 200, and when it does, that's usually some Lambo mode. I would just watch out for it. It needs to get above that 314 moving average. But it would not surprise me if this guy started to do one of these deals where it just friggin' moves hard and finds the top of the channel, the new support, and just keeps on going. So this one here, looking like it needs to retrace a little bit on the 45, but on the 4 hour, it looks like it's just getting started. So any Ruin, that's kind of my little alt sweetness trade right now. I kind of like what I'm seeing. Let's look at like a 15-minute chart just to see what's happening here. Starting to roll over. I would just give this thing a little bit of time. Let's let it get this 45-minute, kind of a 45-minute rollover. Like this is a very abbreviated channel, but something like this. It pushed a little hard. Let's watch this thing to kind of maybe make the top of this channel its new base. Very well could, but I think we're going to see a little bit of kind of rollover. And then when this thing starts moving up, and you're going to see the indicators, make a nice move. It's got it going on the longer time frames. So anyway, Ruin versus USDT. You can play it on Binance. You can play it on KuCoin. And of course, Bitcoin's getting ready to roll over for us. Let me just go. We look one more time. Look at that. Bitcoin, BTC. Look at it on Binance. Yep, I think that's what it's going to do. I think I kind of left it there. I think we're going to see here on the daily chart, they want to see a little bit of a retrace, and I think we're going to see it continue moving. It's looking powerful. Let's look. Yeah, we'll just clear up all these crazy indicators. Boom. Let's pull that in. Yeah, on the 45-minute chart, just give it time to retrace. That's my take on it. I think it's going to do a little retrace. Let these indicators roll over. Let them roll back up. I think Bitcoin's going to be probably a continuation. It'd be great if it was throughout the weekend. Ruin's got some serious energy on, so I've been watching that one. Anyway, sorry this was kind of long. Like I say, I'll be on when I can, and I'll share the charts that I'm looking at. Take care.